Greetings and welcome to Spiritual Enlightenment. I'm your host, Charles Cochran, and a lot of you know me as the Celtic Cricket. I haven't been doing any shows lately, but I'm back. So today I have two great guests on my show, good friends of mine. We have the lovely Karen.
Hi.
And the lovely Kathy. And today we're going to start talking about Feng Shui.
Oh, good.
And you are an expert on it.
Thank you.
I know that you have been studying it and performing it and assisting other people with it for many years. Because in fact, when I first opened my store 15 years ago, you said, oh, I should come here and do some Feng Shui for you.
Yes.
So here it is 15 years
It's
later.
okay.
And I
still go to you and see you and go to your store and love you.
I know some basics about it.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people are into it, but some people just dance around it or
Sure.
lightly touch it.
Sure.
But you know a lot about it for improving your home life,
Yes.
your employment,
Yes.
and so on and so forth. So
Yes.
we're
Your
gonna-
business, your garden.
Awesome. I have some questions to ask, and
Absolutely.
I'm sure Kathy will too.
Absolutely.
But I'm just going to give you the floor right now.
Okay.
And let the audience know a little bit about Feng Shui.
Okay, I brought a little visual here just so we
Sure.
can kind of point it out and I can explain things. I studied, there's a couple of different schools of Feng Shui, Chuck.
If you hold it up on your lap, they can probably get
Oh,
a better.
okay, how's that?
That's good.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, so the school that I chose it's called Black Hat Sect. And it has a Buddhist foundation to it, the type of Feng Shui that I studied. And Master Lin Yan was the one that brought it to the States in 1978.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, he passed. We lost him in 2010. He's around me all the time, though, because he was the one. And there are a couple of other schools, but like I said, I studied Black Hat Sect. And what that means is the bagua, this is the bagua that we use, the tool. And you have, with Black Hat Sect, we always, no matter what direction, it doesn't matter, it's intuitive Feng Shui. That's what it is mostly. The mouth of Qi will always be the entrance to either a room, the business, the mouth of Qi, your home. So that's always going to be laid in the north every time. Okay, and I'll just kind of go over it.
And that could be the entrance to your garden?
Yes, it could be the entrance to your garden. That's always the mouth of Qi. Always with our bagua, with Master Lin's bagua.
Okay.
And also we work with the elements. So we work with fire, we work with tree, we work with earth, we work with water, we work with, let's see what else. We work with earth, water, wind, fire, all the elements. We work with all the elements as practitioners, as Black Hat practitioners. And also, if you do a light Feng Shui adjustment, which you can read a book, you can get, Google, go online. There's so many good tips. I suggest, though, you have a professional like myself help and come in if you want to really make those changes.
Well, it's interesting that you said that because I had investigated, I read about it.
Yeah.
I've had friends that were somewhat in it.
Here's all the elements
and there's so much information, and I still feel lost. So I definitely would agree with you. See a professional.
Sure, and I also teach. I teach classes. I've taught a couple of classes on the basics, the 101 Feng Shui, and I even simplified it for everybody. So when I give a class, you're going to go home with knowing the elements. I simplify it. I number it 1 through 9. 1 through 9.
Yeah.
We don't want to shock the energy, so what we do is we list 1 through 9. And you can look it up, and every week you can pick a different area. Say, today I'm going to work on 1, Korea this week, after I gave you the consultation.
Okay.
So then you look up 1, I need the water element, the color black, blue, I'll work on this, I'll put flowers here and there, Korea, and then you just take your time. And also the numbers associated with the areas have a lot of meaning behind them. Colors have a ton.
So when people get into Feng Shui and start using it for business or for home, it isn't something you just do in one day, slap it together, and you're done. You're actually working with it.
You're working with the elements. You're working with the elements because we have a constructive and a destructive cycle, okay? So you're working with these elements and placing these elements in those areas. See how I simplified it?
Yes.
It's very easy this way, right? You can understand it. And then Tai Chi is the health area in the middle. And that color is usually yellow. So when I explain, oh, the water area, you look up number 1, water. So I know I'm going to, and we'll discuss what we can put for adjustments in that area. Maybe a really nice fountain that flows inside to your home. So it flows, the Korea is flowing in and not leaving your home.
I
see. You see? And if you balance things side by side, when you enter that chi area, the mouth of chi, you automatically feel at ease and balanced. So you want to go in and continue into that area.
Because the flow is
Because
nice.
the flow is just, and you hear the trickling of the water sometimes.
Very inviting.
Very inviting. Very inviting.
So when you do the Feng Shui, do you do just by rooms or the entire, like say you want to do a house?
Okay,
Is it
what
by room or-
what I do is for consultations, I do level by level. So it would be your main level for a home, for residential, you know. For business, usually it's 1 level. But once again, if they have a 2-level business, then I will go to, you know, I'll do 2 levels separate.
Okay.
Okay? So.
Have you done any consultations with people and showed them and gave them some insight of what they should be doing, and they drop the ball, so to speak, they don't follow through?
Yeah, and I follow through. So after I give you a consultation, I call you within a week or so. You always have contact with me. And if you don't, that's okay. Then maybe it wasn't for you. It's okay.
Right, it's not for everybody.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm glad that you even made a change by even looking into it, right?
What are some of the common misconceptions that people have about it?
That has to do with religion.
Oh, so it's a spiritual thing.
It's a spiritual thing.
But it's not a religious.
No. We can make it that way, whatever religion you are. If you're Jewish, we can put the Star of David in the helpful people area, the benefactor area. If you're pagan, we can put whatever religion you are. We can, but it's open to everybody, and it's very spiritual. It's more spiritual than anything.
Now, can you explain what the boudoir is?
The bagua?
The bagua, yes.
The bagua is an octagon shape, as you see here. And I consider, you know, there's nine areas, and all of these areas are called your life areas, okay? So when I do Feng Shui, I give a reading. It's a reading. It's something so different than maybe a compass practitioner would do, or a pyramid practitioner. It's a different...
Are you reading them, or are you reading their surroundings?
I'm reading their surroundings.
Because that tells you parts about them.
I can, and all of a sudden, Master Lin, I channel him, he comes through, he helps me with the consultation. I do all kinds of things to prepare before the consultation as the best vessel I can be and facilitator. So, you know,
I can tell you're very passionate about this.
I love it.
You really get into it, and you've always enjoyed it.
I've always enjoyed it, and I've never given it up. And I constantly want to learn and evolve more with Feng Shui like he would want us to do.
Right, there's multiple levels. You
There's
don't stop.
so many different things. We can keep going.
Right, like
we
an
can
onion,
keep going.
a layer
it's just
after
so much
another
fun.
layer.
I get goosebumps because...
Every time we discuss this, you light up.
I do.
You get very excited.
I do, because it works.
It
works.
The best thing you ever want to talk about. You're so happy. Because you are. You're very passionate about it, and you enjoy doing it. And not everyone is doing a service or working in a field that they absolutely enjoy.
Yes.
So you are blessed in that aspect.
God, I love it, and you can bring it anywhere. I work for a facility a couple of hours a week, and I Feng Shui there. We can bring our gifts no matter where we are to make it comfortable for everybody.
Well, I think it's very interesting, and I want
It's
to know
beautiful.
a lot. I want to learn a lot more about it.
I'm right here for you.
However, I want to ask some questions
Okay.
that, growing up and hearing about here and there from different people.
Sure.
you hear some things that may not be true.
Okay. I can put this down, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what I was told by different people
Sure.
that are, quote, in the field.
Okay. Well, did they go to New England School of Feng Shui?
I did not check their credentials.
Well, we should, shouldn't we?
One thing that will prevent good chi is if your doors don't have full spectrum to open and close. Is that a
Okay.
true or false?
Okay, that's false.
Okay.
What happens is energy needs to flow freely. And I believe your question was if the doors, can you repeat that again
If
to
the
me?
doors don't have full spectrum, that can't open all the way and close all the way.
Okay, yes, that is, it's not auspicious, that's for sure. It's an indication that the energy is being blocked.
Okay.
So anything that isn't working, mechanically wise, you want to have it fixed or get rid of it.
And the reason I ask, I live in a small house.
Okay.
And every door
come feng
only
shui.
opens so far because there's a bookcase behind the door.
Okay.
Or there is storage
Okay.
behind the door.
Okay.
So the door opens and closes enough to allow me in and out, but it
It
doesn't
would be
open
so
all the way.
interesting to figure out on the bagua what room that falls into, too. We could have so much fun.
Oh, absolutely. Now, toilet seats.
Okay. All
They
right.
should always be down?
Oh, absolutely.
And-
Absolutely, because the energy, that can be a port, that can be considered the toilet a portal, believe it or not.
Yeah.
What happens is you want to keep that energy away from the house. So if you close the lid, it has no way of coming up.
Coming through.
Coming up. And when you close it, it just automatically remains closed, and that's great feng shui. Also, on the back of your toilet, you should always place around like a jade plant or a succulent, something that brings the energy up also.
Oh, okay.
So
Now, I was also
that's just a
told
little tip.
by having the toilet seat left up that it can affect your prosperity.
Absolutely.
And your prosperity, quote, goes down the drain.
It goes down the shitter, down the drain. But, Cricket, it also depends if that area falls into your many blessings prosperity area, your bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't always fall there. So we'd have to look at
We'd have to look at the whole picture.
Your whole picture. And I have a background in design, in floor plans, and mechanical drawing and drafting and art. I'm an artist, so I love to figure these things out. I don't even need that anymore. I just go in and I see it. I see it in everybody.
You should be working with the architects before they
I
build
love
it, so it's already
People
pre-done.
People do hire me. They do hire me.
Awesome.
They've hired me in the past to help them pick out a house or to go look at a house.
That's
you know,
awesome.
before they buy, and the realtors, everybody's fine with it. The broker's great with it. I make suggestions, easy suggestions if it's doable. And it's between you and me, and I have HIPAA, so there's no believe in HIPAA with Reiki and with Feng Shui.
Yeah, you definitely need
with
ethics.
anything, any of the modality, I feel we all have HIPAA. Very important to me.
Now, I noticed on the bagua there was numbers. Is there a reason that, like, do they have to go in a specific order?
The whole thing is once again, when I do explain, when I have them write down, it's numbered 1 through 9. So those are going to be helpful numbers to look up 1, look up 2, what you have to do in the self.
What do you mean?
2 also represents a couple of 2, so that's the love relationship area, the number 2.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that you have to do it in that specific order, the numerical order, or is it just? I mean, it just seems kind of random though. Around the circle.
It really isn't random. It's actually numbered 1 through 9. It's just not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So why is it out of order?
It has to be.
Okay.
For the directions?
For the directions, because I have a packet that I hand out also, the 1 through 9, with all the elements written down on it, and typed on it, and a whole packet. So all you have to do is go straight across, look it up, and just know that I'll take care of the rest, the red envelopes, and we'll get to that whenever you want to ask. That's
Well, that's
very
funny
important.
you said the red envelope.
I was just going to ask you about that, the red envelope.
Yes, so
I
important.
have a story about that.
Oh, you do? Oh, good.
My sister is not much into any of this stuff. However, when I visited her home, I noticed she had a red envelope taped to a chair in a certain corner facing the window. And I asked her what it was, and she said, I was listening to the radio, and a Feng Shui woman said to put some coins in this red envelope and put it in this corner of the house for prosperity.
Yes. Yes.
And she does do that.
Yeah.
Because she heard it on the radio.
Well, the I Ching coin itself, the circle represents heaven, and the middle represents earth, the I Ching coin. We use those a lot with Feng Shui. And yes, it is very auspicious. And if that was probably her prosperity area.
It was.
Her many blessings, money, you know. So yes.
And it's working for her. She's doing well.
Oh, that's great. I love it. It's intention. It's all about intention. When you look over there, automatically she's looking at the red envelope. Boom. You know, placed placed coins there. Boom. It's in the money area. Boom. Everything's gonna get taken care of. I did my part. 50-50.
Very good. Yeah. Also, I'd like to know about this because, like I said,
I love to be asked questions.
Well,
I love to, when I have the classes, I love it.
Being a healer and
Yes.
being a practitioner
Yes.
of the New Age market, I get a lot of people that are very knowledgeable.
Sure.
And sometimes you meet people that just want to be knowledgeable but haven't done their homework.
Yes.
Is this a true or false? In Feng Shui, it is a no-no to have dried flowers.
Yes, it's a no-no. It's a no-no because they're no longer living.
You want stuff that's alive
You
and
want
thriving.
things to, when you look at it, and that's another thing. I studied color and how important color has an effect on us, which in turn, that's how it all, I'm a visual display artist. So I always knew how to make things look beautiful, but why do they feel good now?
What about
And that's where the Feng Shui comes in, and the dried flowers.
what about silk flowers? Same thing as dried?
No, silk flowers are okay because they're a little more lively. I mean, they're lively.
Right.
They're just
As the dried flowers were
Dried
actually
flowers.
living at one time and they served their purpose.
exactly. You know, we don't do potpourri either. We don't. There's nah.
Now, how did you get started in the Feng Shui?
Okay, how I got started was 17 years ago. I read a book. I have a friend who's a yogic. She does yoga, and she's a fellow artisan also. And she gave me a book. I read it, and I was like, I'm going to school for this. I'm going to go to school for this. I've been involved with metaphysics my whole life. I've been doing magic my whole life. You know, practicing. My foundation is Wicca. I'm Wiccan foundation.
Yep.
But I'm spiritual now.
Absolutely.
And it's okay. So how I got started, spirit.
Yeah, spirit gave
I
you the
started
direction.
really listening, and then I'm like, this is a perfect marriage. That's why I'm so, oh my God,
And you're
it's great.
still excited and happy about it.
Because there's so much more. It's been such an incredible journey.
And you
I'm
haven't
all about that.
You
no.
haven't suffered burnout.
No.
You're not
Look at
bored
me.
with
No.
it. I know. I'm asking.
No.
She never needed a break.
No. Well, that's not true. We do have life.
Altering things.
Yeah, and that was. I just went through a good time, but thankfully Feng Shui helped me through it, and so did Reiki.
I want to ask.
Oh, God,
I'm going to
love
ask
it.
some questions.
I love it.
I want to ask some questions. Perhaps the audience may be thinking.
Sure.
What is something I can do at home that would help, even though I'm not really totally into Feng Shui? What are some simple steps to, quote, get the ball rolling?
Oh, absolutely. Let me give you some simple. How about like in your bedroom putting a picture of, a picture of two in love, for romance in your
Okay.
bedroom. Everybody can do that. That's something that's straight across the board. And with the intention of bringing love.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
self-love, that's first, actually.
Right.
That's first. And then it overflows. That's the whole thing.
So we get something to for the bedroom.
That's
love.
right. So, and for prosperity, get yourself a little bamboo plant. You can pick one up anywhere now.
I see that everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes.
So pick one of those up and put a mirror on it. Put it on top of a mirror. Put a couple of coins under there and hope for the best for money.
Like a money tree.
Like a money tree.
Now, what room would that have to go in?
Well, if I haven't done the bagua, you know, for now they could probably I would put it in a sunny spot.
Okay.
You know, and then you can do a little Google, or you can actually reach me out. You can call me and ask me. So.
Oh, I'm sure people will. I was just thinking some simple things just to get the ball rolling.
Also, bamboo flute is really good to hang over the main chi, the main entrance of the door for anywhere. That's a staple because bamboo traps negativity. So if you have a flute, I make adjustments myself. But they call them cures, but we call them, Master Lin always, I call them adjustments because there's really no cure for anything. We have to meet everything halfway.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Okay.
Another question.
Sure, I love it.
The
bagua.
The bagua.
Yeah.
I have seen those over the entrances of Chinese restaurants.
Yes.
And I've seen them concave.
Yeah.
And concurve.
Okay.
What is the difference?
The mirror, okay? There's usually a mirror in the middle.
Yes.
Okay? And that's what you're seeing. What mirror can do, so many adjustments. The mirror itself is used for so many different things. It's like the universal adjustment or cure. So what happens is, when you look in a mirror, what happens? You see yourself, correct?
Yes.
But it deflects also, so it's bouncing back. So what happens is, with certain restaurants or what have you, the mouth of chi, if you put the bagua with the mirror, it's deflecting negative energy. It's just going to bounce right back and not enter that house or that business or anything like that.
Sort of like the Turkish evil eye.
That's it. Yes, exactly.
That's awesome.
Exactly. Or Ganesh.
Oh, yes.
Mover of obstacles.
Now, what's the difference if they're concave or concurrent?
Well, innie, outie. The whole thing is maybe one could be stronger with collecting the negative energy.
Okay.
And the other bouncing it out quicker. Like, you know, it's just like a knob.
I'm just because I've seen these things and I'm interested.
That's why. And if you notice, there's almost like grid, and those are the positive and negative lines around the baguas too. There's numerology. There's a whole.
Oh, I know. There's multiple layers to this.
There's so many things, so many different things.
Like I said, we want to just get the ball rolling.
Yeah, get the ball rolling, exactly.
So once someone gets a consultation with you and they do your suggestions, now how often should they ask you to come back again just to do like these adjustments?
Yearly. They could do it, yeah. Okay. And if they're having any kind of, like I said, I still have the same clients from 12 years ago, some 7. It depends. They call me up. Sometimes they'll ask about a color of a rug. Simple. I'm always here, always there for you.
Well, I like the idea that it doesn't have a specific religion, and it's not religious. So no matter what religion you are, and what belief system you are, you can apply it to this.
Exactly. There's no, I don't want to do that anyways. I want to help everybody.
Now,
you don't want to box this stuff in.
No, never. That's why I call it my umbrella. Creative Chi is the umbrella.
Cool.
Right?
I have another question.
Okay.
This is a talk show.
Oh, good. I love it.
We're talking. I've heard of the Feng Shui prosperity bell or a prosperity chime.
Yes.
Now, how does that work? And does the wind make sound, or do you ring it if you want prosperity?
Okay, what I have, this is a little thing that I did that everybody can do also, is I have a Tibetan bell. That's my Chinese Feng Shui bell. And we were taught a certain chant when we ring that bell, and it's almost like you crack it. Like I crack it, so it really, you know, just keeps.
So just that sound
just
vibrating.
Just that sound vibration
will
alone
will
invite prosperity. It invites the power of you know. It's all vibrational.
And can you visualize it too if you wanted to?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I think I'm going to ring a bell tonight.
Good.
Believe it or not, we're out of time.
Oh my God.
And the show just gets started and we're done. I want to thank Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, Karen
Thank
Phillips,
you.
so much
What a
with
blast.
your Feng Shui.
Oh, I love it.
I'm going to learn more from
Yay.
you, and I'm going to see about you doing a
Oh,
workshop for me.
absolutely. I can't wait.
So thank you so much for being on
Thank you,
today.
Cricket.
And I hope you enjoyed today's show. This is the Celtic Cricket reminding you to live out your dreams and celebrate your spirit.